Sun's out, and it's shining on all of us.
Oh, smokestack lightning, shining just like gold, running, she and a crying. Oh, oh, oh.
I have a question. Is that a weak hole now? I mean, I've heard weaker, but... Gee, Jamie, why were you so slow at the track? I don't know. What do you think? Today on Dead Dodge Garage, frequently asked questions about my 1971 Demon 340 4-speed. Questions like, how much did it cost? It cost my bank $30,000. As mentioned in previous videos, I was working on buying this car for years. I knew it was special and I knew I had to have it. Originally, the owner had spitballed me something like $23,000. Mind you, that was 4 or 5 years ago. I don't even know anymore. And when it came time to get a little more serious about it, he said 30. Well, at the time, the book value was $24,500 or so. And I thought it was a little expensive. By the time I finally actually bought the car 3 years later, the book value was $30,409. So I guess I paid the right amount. Is it for sale? No. Dale had it 51 years. If I live 50 years, I plan to have it that long too. Unless the crap really, really hits the fan. But no, it's not for sale. Pretty much everything else I own is or is about to be. I think this is all I need in life, as far as cars are concerned. How did you find it? I didn't. My brother did. He used to have a paper route in Ocean Shores, Washington, and one time he drove by Dale's house and the garage door was open. My brother's daily driver at the time was a Duster, which he had for many years, so naturally the sight of a Demon with the same lines was very interesting to him. Years later, Dale would show up at the shop and say, I have a Demon. And we said, is it blue? Do you live in Ocean Shores? That was fun. We've been friends ever since. All right, that's all the softball ones. Most of them are questions like, why was it so slow on the track? Did I mention I paid $30,000 for this car? Let's see you spend $30,000 on your dream car, what you regard as a priceless artifact that should probably be in a museum from the original owner with lots of money invested, and take it to a track your first time and beat the living piss out of it. You did watch the drag racing video, right? Or the prep video? I mentioned the horrible bog, did I not? Unfortunately, I didn't have time to fix it, and I still wanted to get to the track. Maybe the most important question of all. Why are you shifting it like a coward? Contrary to public opinion, I do actually know how to drive. I am also not blind. I can see where the red line is, and I know that I should be revving it to about here. Then, smashing the clutch pedal while keeping that one down to the floor. I know that. Did I mention I just paid $30,000 for this car? There are several important factors weighing on my mind at all times and influencing the way I drive this car. One of them is the fact that power shifting and missing third gear is how this engine was blown up on a drag strip in 1975. I don't want to rebuild it again. See that under there? That is the original matching numbers transmission. Not only do I really want to keep it in one piece, but it's tired. The synchros are kind of rough and leave something to be desired. If you watched the drag race prep video, you know I really needed to put in the other transmission, but I ran out of time. Instead, I decided to go with this one and take it easy. I don't suppose that the people asking these questions have time to go back and watch every video I've made. But the funny thing is, I've pretty much answered all of them, probably multiple times. This is the transmission that was in the car when Dale was drag racing it. This is the transmission Dale said I need to put in the car if I want to drag race it, because the one that is in it is original. It's only in the car because it's original, and because he was going to car shows and wanted to have the numbers matching thing. This one is the one that was used for abuse. The synchros are in much better shape. It will do much cooler stuff. It probably won't pop out of second gear like the other one. Oh yeah, by the way, that transmission pops out of second gear. Yet another thing I have on my mind at all times. The trip to the drag strip you saw on video was my first. The only drag racing I've done before was, allegedly, on a back road in Hoquiam, Washington. Or we're outside it. The only drag strip racing I'd ever done before was on an airport. An active airport, actually. It was arm drop racing, and the competition was not stiff or professional. I actually did pretty well out there, despite really not being fast. The decision to go drag racing was a last-minute one. It seemed like a good idea at the time, and the weather was going to cooperate. I scrambled to get things like brakes and coolant leak done, things that I knew would keep me off of the track. I really didn't have time to practice, change the carburetor, more on that in a minute, or sort out any of the other issues. I really just wanted to go, get some track time, find out what it was like, and I did that. I feel good about it, do you? Here's a question and or suggestion I heard many times. Why don't you put a Holly on it? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That was kinda always my plan. I like Hollies. They make sense to me. These things, not so much. I actually asked Dale for his blessing in installing a Holly carb, as he had never done that in the 51 years he owned it. What he said was, Hollies are easy mode. Back in my day, I was running in stock eliminator, and you had to use a factory carburetor and make it work. The Edelbrock is very similar to the thermoquad that he was running in the day, and that's what he stuck with. In spirit, it's the same animal. I am not an expert on Edelbrock carburetors. I'm not an expert on Holly carburetors either. I'm not an expert on any carburetor. But I know a whole lot more about Hollies. I understand their systems and how to tune them. And that is the way I'm going to go. I want to make this car work the way it's supposed to, so that's the plan. Here's a question I got the other day. Why are there no vintage period performance parts on that car? It was supposed to be a drag racer, so why does it look like a mid-2000s Summit catalog in there? Excellent question. Very understandable. The answer is actually easily found in some of my other videos, but I understand you might not have that kind of time. There's the original performance tuned thermoquad. There's a tune-up kit for it. The original performance ignition kit is in that box. It goes on. 1971 stock 340 distributor, dual points, set up for drag racing. The class Dale ran this car in was called pure stock. Later, as I understand, it became stock eliminator. The gist is factory car, factory parts, factory everything. Let's see how fast you can go. And in that class, this car was very competitive. When Dale started in that class, it was so restrictive, you had to run factory exhaust manifolds. You were allowed to add a cutout here, which is what he did. That's how limiting this class was. If one were so inclined to learn the modifications that were made to this car in the day to make it go fast in that trim, one needs look no farther than here. As time went on, the stock eliminator class changed somewhat. They opened it up to allowing headers and some performance pieces. Here's one of the period modifications he made. Direct connection electronic ignition kit. Not a factory aluminum distributor either. Big heavy cast one. There's some period racing equipment. The headers he ran on the car in the day did not make it to me. I'm guessing they were in pretty rough shape when he removed them in the mid-2000s, and he pitched them. When Dale rebuilt the car in the mid-2000s, he was retired. He built the car, yes, to be fast, but to go to car shows. And that is why it's wearing a bunch of shiny dress-up pieces. The car went through 4 phases. Bone stock, how it was bought. Drag racing through to the mid-70s. Street car with a 318 and a 2.7 rear gear. And what you see before you. Restored engine compartment built for car shows. And going fast. Kinda. The next question, possibly my favorite. Why is there mud on the quarter panels? Why are you driving the car through mud? What is wrong with you? Well, I don't have a whole lot of option, do I? There's some gravel over there. The day I moved into this house, I started plotting how to improve this situation. I've been waiting some months now for a friend to come down here with a mini excavator and many dump truck loads of gravel. Might even happen this year, I don't know. The fact of the matter is, I did not want to bring this car home before the driveway got fixed. In fact, the week prior, we were going to bring in a couple dump truck loads of gravel and a wee little tractor just to get somewhere decent for the car to be able to get in the garage. Unfortunately, it was pouring rain, and that didn't happen. If I hadn't bought the car when I did, due to the driveway situation, I might have never owned it. And there are certain decisions in life that we have to make. I'm okay with it. The good news is, mud washes off. The other good news is, it's my car, not yours. So, I think it's going to be okay. That leads to the next question. Does the original owner hate you for not caring for his car properly? No. We're good friends. He's a really cool guy. I asked him, Dale, does it make you mad seeing mud on the quarter panels? You know what he said? It's your car. It's funny I don't quite see it that way. As you're probably aware, I call it Dale's Demon because, well, it's Dale's Demon. But I did pay for it. The last question on the list. Nothing on that car is original. Well, that's not a question, but okay. Here, let's pick a random part on the car. This is original. That rock chip, yep, original. Everything here, yes, original. That faded 51-year-old decal. Yep, original. 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 That's factory. Well, that's not factory, but it is cool. Original. Unrestored. Born with that. Whole bunch of originalage over here. That. Oh, that. This broken taillight, could it be? Yup, it's original. Poorly applied decals. Yeah, that sounds like Chrysler to me. Ooh, originalage. What's that over there? Is it original? Maybe you were looking in here. Yeah, obviously there's unoriginal stuff in here. Well, that is certainly not original. The seat covers and the carpet. Not original, but fine. The car was not born with these. The car was not born with this. Although it was supposed to be. Scoops too. Dang it. See this here? This is not original. Sad. It's actually quite easy to tell the difference between factory and not factory paint, at least in the light. There's a whole bunch of not originalage right here. Can you tell from this angle? No. This bumper is not original, although at this point it's starting to look like it is. Thanks, China. This one is not original either. That's probably why it's crooked. Have I made my point? I feel like I've made my point. Yes, there is touch-up paint in the engine compartment. I've seen pictures of it from 20 years ago. It needed that pretty desperately. There was a bit of a misunderstanding when I first looked at the car, and we got some wires crossed. There is some unoriginalness here. What the heck was that? Oh good, the sky's angry again. Glad I didn't get it all the way out. Well, I suppose that's it. Yeah, really. I only ever get the same 5 questions over and over again. Hopefully that was enlightening. As you probably heard in the introduction, it's running like total crap still.
Well, why wasn't it fast at the track?
Thanks for watching. And remember, lint is a shell's best friend.